The book of Joel, chapter 2, and verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions. I'm going to stop right there. I want to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. And Shalom to the 144,000. It's the brother Amawan Padah from the GMS Denver camp doing a lesson. It's going to be in response to a video that just surfaced. All right. And it's in regards to a brother who had a vision of the day of the Lord, man. The nuclear destruction. And it's quite heavy to say the least. And you know what? Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, man. But the Lord, he tells us right here that he will pour his spirit out upon men and women to see visions and dream dreams, man. And many people are coming out with videos on social media, YouTube and whatnot, with visions of the end. And, this one is spot on. But let's go ahead and get into it. Let's play the video. All right, so here's the video right here. It's from the Hopeful Elect 3. Go ahead, watch and subscribe to that brother's page to be edified. He has many different video clips that pertain to prophecy. All right, now this video he posted about 7 hours ago. All right, it says Jake, or an Israelite, shares vision of World War III.
Hey, what's going on, TikTok? So I just wanted to tell you guys something. Tell you. I had a dream last night, and it was a war. It was. I was outside, bunch of people outside, people just doing their normal, regular life. It was nighttime, and the sky lit up almost as if it was on fire. And you don't see nothing until something starts to approach out of the clouds. So what came out of the clouds? It was like, it looked like missiles. They weren't big. They're kind of small. And when they would come out of clouds, it was like they just spread and stuff like that. And I'm assuming it was a missile. It could have been a meteor and stuff. It was fire coming out the back. Specifically, I remember the missiles they were green, red, and white with fire coming out of the back. And now the thing is, I want to say like hellfire, and the reason I say that is because it was so many of them. Like so many of them. They were everywhere. And the thing is, you couldn't see them until it was like they were over the clouds, and then you just see them coming out the clouds. And like I said, they were literally everywhere. And they blowing up cars and houses and people. And it was just screaming and complete and utter chaos. And people were crying and people were running and dipping and just trying to dodge. And it was crazy. And like I said, it wasn't like big explosions. It was like bunch of little explosions, but they were like, they were big enough. And I woke up and I was panting, and I was like, what the fuck? Because it seemed so real. And then I was like looking around. I was like, okay, I'm still here. I'm still alive. Like there's nothing going on. And then so I ended up going back to sleep. And I went right back to sleep into the exact same dream. And I right into right where I left off. And I was just running, and then I ran back for some reason, I think to grab somebody, and it was a missile coming, and like, or fireball, I don't know, I think it was missiles and stuff. And then the whole time in my dream, it was just, it felt like Russia, like a Russian invasion or something. It just kept saying Russia, 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 Russia. And it wasn't like flashing saying Russia, the missiles didn't say Russia. Like it was the feeling was just Russia. And I do not know why. I don't even know what the fuck that means. But it was just, and it was like, it was almost as if it was raining fire out of the sky. It was that many fucking missiles, and they were just constant. They were just coming, just phew, phew, just like that. They come out through the clouds and they spread out like that, and they're not going any like direct area. They're just spreading and just hitting whatever it hit. But it was so many of them, and it was so constant. The rapid fire was just so. It was just. And so many people were dying. It was just freaking. I don't even understand. I don't know why Russia had anything to do. I don't even know what Russia had to do with it or why it had anything to do with it. It just. My dream just said Russia. It was just like Russia, but and I don't even think Russia is even green, red, and white. So I don't even know what the hell that's all about. But still, in all, it was just. The fact that I went to sleep and woke up and then went right back to sleep and went right back into where it left off, that just made it even more kind of scary. And then I woke up, when I finally did wake up, I was just like, that was one hell of a dream. Like, I don't know what that was all about or why, and it could have been something else. Maybe it wasn't missile. I don't know. It's just red, white, and green. And for some reason, Russia just kept on circulating in my soul or in my mind or whatever. I don't freaking know. And yeah, it was crazy. Crazy dream. But either way, I just want to share my dream with you guys. Talked to my aunt, and she's very churchy. She was like, "Oh, that sounds like the end of the world and the end of times and some prophetic stuff." I don't know. And yeah, I don't know. I talk about it, and it kind of makes me a little nervous. In my spirit, I feel like a little shaken and stuff. And I'm not even a spiritual person like that. I don't go to church or anything, but I just feel every time I think about it or like talk about it and stuff, I get really, really uncomfortable. So I don't know, but anyhow, that's it.
All right, so you heard that. You heard that dream, which is really a vision that this Jake was given from Yahweh Shem Shah, because this lines up with biblical prophecy. This lines up with the day of the Lord, the day of Yahweh Shem Shah, the day of vengeance, the day of destruction, which is nigh. All right, it's soon to come. All right, and he kept saying Russia, and he also mentioned the amount of missiles that he's seen in his vision coming out of the clouds. He said it was so many missiles just spread out, hitting everything. Well, that's in the scriptures as well. So this vision was, from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. And we just read that he will pour out his spirit upon all flesh. All right. And people will be having these dreams and visions of the end. And it's happening just like the Bible says it would, man. And we told you here at Great Millstone, starting with the elder apostles on down, that this day will come. The destruction of America, Babylon the Great, all right, is soon. The Lord is giving men visions of this thing, so it's close. But without further ado, let's get into the precepts of the prophecies. All right, so here we have the book of Revelation, chapter 9 and verse 15. It says, "And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the 3rd part of men." So the Lord has the 4 angels holding back the destructive nuclear winds that are coming to eliminate Esau, Edom's wicked power structure. All right, because the 3rd part of man goes into the Edomites. Now you have 3 classifications of men on the earth. According to the scriptures, you have the sons of the Most High, all right, which would be the Israelites today. You see, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and you Israelite foreigners out there that go back to the seed line of Jacob through your fathers, all right? You are the sons of the Most High, the Israelites. Then you have the sons of men, which are the heathen nations, okay? So-called Japanese, Chinese, they're classified as the Moabites and the Ammonites and the Elamites and, these other heathen. That's the sons of men. And the 3rd classification, all right, of humans would be the wicked, which would be the Edomites, man, the so-called white race. We're in the time of their demise. You see, we're in the time of their slaughter. The time of their judgment is come. All right. And it goes on to say, verse 16, check it out. "And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them." So John the Revelator actually had the vision of the nuclear missiles being sent to destroy Esau, Edom. All right. To destroy their power structure. You see, because we know there are going to be some that are going to, run to the bunkers in Europe and other parts of the world, and they're going to survive, only to be brought into captivity by the elect, starting with the 144,000. So this is really talking about their destruction as far as their hegemony in the earth, man. Their power in the earth is going to be taken down at this point in time. They're going to be decimated, man. We're in that time. All right. And that number 200,000 goes into 200 million. 200 million warheads. That's the number that's going to be shot off in the near future, man. In the midst of World War III, the war of Armageddon, the war to end all wars. This is what's at stake right here, man. This is what's getting ready to happen. And the Lord is giving people visions, man. Men, women, children. Because he's getting ready to do it, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai getting ready to hit that button, man. And actually, in all actuality, he's already pressed the button for this to happen. We're just watching it play out, but we are getting very, very close. You see things heating up just as prophecy states, man. All right. And the man in that, that video, he said he just saw so many missiles coming out of the clouds. He was like, it was just so many of them. It was crazy. Yeah, because y'all were saying, man, that's 200 million. That's too much. Nah, man. You don't understand Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It's going to be overkill in this bitch. That's what's coming to America, Babylon the Great. And other parts of the earth will be hit with nukes as well. All right, the land of Israel over there is going to get hit with nukes to clear out them damn gutter rats. All right, but it will be rebuilt. But America, when it's all said and done with, nobody will ever fucking live here again. This place will be utterly destroyed. That's what's coming to this place, man. And people are having visions of it, man. The Lord he's doing it, man. Just as he said he would. Got to bring this one out real quick. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 14. All right. I'm laughing because, man, I'm happy, man. We have the truth, man. The Lord Yahweh Shemiel Shai has led us to the true men of the Lord, man. The men of Great Millstone. And we understand what's going down, man, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemiel Shai. So call Allah Yahweh Shemiel Shai that he's opened our minds up to understand the reality of the situation. Now, this is Jeremiah 50 and verse 14. It says, put yourselves in array against Babylon. Now, Babylon is code for America. All right. This is the daughter of Babylon that we're in, aka Babylon the Great. There's many different code names in the scriptures for this place known as America. All right. It says, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Whoo, man. And y'all gonna find out, man, what happens to you when you go against the Almighty Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Utter destruction is coming. Overkill, man. All right? It's gonna be overkill on America, Babylon the Great. There will be no survivors, man. Even, these Edomites that run into the underground bunkers, miles and miles underground, they're not going to survive, man. They're going to be cooked down there, man. That'll be their grave. You see, when it's all said and done with. And this is talking about the different nations, the different, countries that are going to shoot their missiles, their nuclear arsenal over here to America. That's why it says, all ye that bend the bow, meaning all those who are nuclear capable, shoot them fucking missiles at Babylon. Don't leave none of those missiles in the silos. Shoot them all. All right? And that's exactly what's finna happen. That's exactly what's finna happen. And that's how America's gonna be taken out, man. This wicked ass satanic cesspool, man, is finally finna come to an end. Call Allah Yahweh Shemiel Shai. Call Allah Yahweh Shemiel Shai. You devils don't win, I'm telling you. So I gotta bring this out, man. Heavily prophetic chapter, right? Isaiah 13. It says, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. It's talking about modern Babylon here in America. All right, not Iraq over there. That's ancient Babylon. It's talking about this Babylon. All right, America, the U.S. It says, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. And that's what the prophets are doing right now. Amos could be among us right now in the reincarnation. You see, lifting up that banner, man, upon the high mountain. The high mountain being the high government of America, Babylon the Great. All right. The elites are hearing the voice of the prophets. All right. These words have entered into the ears of the nobles, the elites. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. So who are the sanctified ones? Those are the prophets, starting with 140 and 4,000. All right. Those are the men that are set apart, that serve Yahweh Shemiel Shai in these last days. And he says, I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger. And that is referring to the angels. All right. The spirits that man those vehicles in the heavens, those so-called UFOs, man, that Esau is terrified of, because he has no weaponry that can afflict or even touch, all right, one of the hosts of heaven. And I just seen some tonight, man. I was out there looking at the sky, and I'm seeing angels, all right, fly through the night sky. All right, there's many videos that are going up. They can't even hide it, man. All right, we have angels above us at the camp. When we go out to camp, we've got videos of this here at GMS Denver. Angels showing up in the sky above us, man. That's the army of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, the host of Israel, man. The mighty ones. And they're finna fuck you devils up. You get ready, Esau. Get ready. That destruction is coming. All right. So just in case you didn't know what that was talking about, that's what that's talking about right there. Now, verse 4, it says, oh, and real quick, the chariots that we see, they come in different forms, man. Right now they're manifesting like, mainly in forms of light, orbs of light, different color orbs of light. We've seen turquoise lights flashing in the sky above the camp. All right. We've seen white orbs moving. We've seen different types of so-called UFOs, which are the vehicles of the angels, the chariots of Israel. But they're going to manifest even more in these last days. And they're going to be destroying the armies of the heathen and the rebels, all right, that go against Yahweh Shemi Awashai, all right? And they finna be getting down, man, putting many people to death. So it's going to be a war like none other, man. It's going to be divine intervention taking place, all right? Verse 4 says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Al-Shab host, mustereth the host of the battle. So that's who's orchestrating everything. That's who's causing all this shit to happen. It's the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. He's getting the battle ready. Because this is the last battle, man. This is the battle in which you heathen are going to obliterate each other. All right? Verse 5, it says, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Awashai, and the weapons of his indignation. Indignation meaning righteous anger, to destroy the whole land. So the whole land mass of America is going to be destroyed, man, when it's all said and done with. Okay? Game over, Esau. All right? This is how it's going down, man. And there's no avoiding it. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Awashai, is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Yeah, the Lord finna destroy this bitch, man. And it needs to happen because, hey, first and foremost, man, we're tired of wickedness. We're tired of seeing our people in a wicked state. We're tired of you devils fucking up the earth and the minds of the people, bringing forth nothing but perverseness and profanity and wickedness, man. Your time is coming, all right? And it's coming from Yahweh Bashmi Awashai, man. Verse 7, it says, therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. All right? It's going to be terrible. Verse 8, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. There's going to be people burning the fuck up, burning alive, man. This place is known as the lake of fire, in case you didn't know. It's not talking about a place under the earth where you burn forever. That's not the lake of fire. The lake of fire is America. Because there's going to be that many missiles detonating on this bitch. That many nuclear missiles detonating on America. It's going to turn it into a sea or a lake of fire, man. Extreme overkill is what's coming for this place. People going to be on fire, burning the fuck up. That's the judgment. That's the judgment. That's the second death. The first death was the flood of water. All right. Noah and his family escaped by the mercy of Yahweh Shemi Awashai. But guess what? This second death is coming, not by water, but by fire. And it's promised, man. And it's near. Verse 9, it says, behold, the day of the Lord Yahweh cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. That's right. So all those who are not of the elect, all right, that are on the soils of America, Babylon the Great, here in the near future, you're going to die here, man. If you make it past the famines and the race wars and the civil wars and all that, you make it past all that, you're going to die here when those nuclear missiles are shot over here to obliterate this place, man. You see? So this is why we tell you Israelites to repent and to turn back to Yahweh Bashmi Awashai while you still got time. All right? So that day doesn't catch you unawares, man. Hey, it's soon, man. We're the generation that's going to see this take place. All right? And that man had a vision of this. It's no coincidence, man. Many people are having visions of these prophecies right here that are written in the Bible, man. This was written thousands of years ago, man, and it's playing out exactly how it's written, man. Think it's a game if you want to. Let's read a little bit more. Verse 10, it says, "For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine." Because all the smoke and all the destruction is going on in this time. It's going to block out the sky. Verse 11, it says, "And I will push," Salakia, "and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible." You proud fucking devils, get ready to meet your maker. Get ready to meet your destruction, because it's coming. You thought you was getting away with all that? With all you did to the Israelites, the slavery that you put us in, the captivity that you still have us in. You're going to pay for all that, man. Everything that you've done up until this point, you're going to pay for it, man. And this overwhelming destruction. All right, and that includes the haughty and high-minded, proud, wicked Israelites that are here, man. You finna pay. All right, those of you that came up against the prophets talking that shit, coming up against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you are finna partake in this second death. And it's gonna be deserved, man. Because the Lord is all righteous. We just pray that he has mercy on us, and that, our spiritual sacrifices are accepted, man. And that he saves us from what's coming. That he spares us from this day of doom. All right? This nuclear holocaust that's coming. Verse 12, it says, "I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir." And it's talking about the men of the Lord, the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. He's going to make us more precious than fine gold. Because right now we're looked down upon, man. All right? We're looked down upon in the world, man. A lot of you women, you look down on the men of the Lord because we're not a part of this society. We're not, quote unquote, popping in this world. But guess what? You're going to see what the Lord was really doing the whole time when it's all said and done with. All right? And that's how you women are going to be saved, man. You're going to be saved by being attached or joined unto a man of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in these times. And Jacob's trouble, man, is going to bring forth Isaiah 4:1, where it tells you that 7 women shall cleave unto one man, a man of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, for their protection, for their survival. All right? The very men that you look down on are going to be the ones that save your fucking life if you're of the chosen. But the rest of you women, y'all going to die out here, man. All right? Understand that. Now, verse 13, it says, "Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place." The earth going to reel to and fro like a drunkard, man, as it tells you in Isaiah 24. All right? "In the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger." That's right, man. The Lord's finna exact his anger on this place. He's been long suffering for all these generations, but now he's getting ready to let loose. And everybody gonna fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushai at that time. And here's the precept that I just mentioned, all right? Isaiah 24 verse 20, it says, "The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again." So the earth is going to be knocked off of its axis, man. It's going to be rocking to and fro like a drunkard, man. The greatest earthquake ever is going to take place when this goes down. And there's going to be tidal waves, tsunamis, all kind of shit is going to be happening on the earth, man. Mass casualty event, to say the least. All right? And we can't be on this earth while this is going down. Understand that. Lord willing, we're of the elect, because the elect have an escape out of this, man. The elect are going to be taken up into the so-called UFOs. All right? To be joined unto our Lord Yahweh Shai. All right? To be brought to safety from this coming destruction. Let's prove that real quick in the scriptures. Here it is right here. I haven't brought this out in a while, but hey, this is Isaiah 26 and verse 20. It says, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpast." So this is referring to the elect being called up into the chariots, man. Yes, that means our feet are going to be lifting off the ground, man. All right. You get the Christian church talking about the rapture. Nah, man. This is only for the elect of the nation of Israel. You have to be an Israelite first and foremost. There's no heathen going up into them chariots, man. All right. They're called the chariots of Israel for a reason. All right. So the elect, the chosen of our people, who the Lord has slotted for mercy, they're going to be called up off the earth to be lifted up into the chariots, man. They're going to ascend up. Lord willing, I'm of that number too. All right. And to be hidden away from the destruction that's coming, because like I said, we cannot be on the earth when this is going down. All right. So here's the answer right here. You know, this is how you're going to be saved, man. You're going to be taken up. That's the only way. So this is Joel chapter 2, and I'm going to jump up to verse 1. All right. It says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain," meaning let the Israelites know what's going down. All right. That's what the prophets are doing. It says, "Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua cometh, for it is nigh at hand." Meaning it's near, man. We telling you, man, it's soon, man. They're going to make this RFID microchip mandatory. All right. Which is the mark of the beast. That has to happen. And once they do that, once they start making people get chipped up, man, any day now, after that happens, you can expect the nuclear destruction to take place any moment after that, because that's the last, how should I say this, man? That's the last of Esau's kingdom. All right. Now, verse 2, it says, "A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like, neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations." That was talking about the missiles. This is code for the missiles, man. All right. "A fire devoureth before them, and a flame," Slakia, "and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, and nothing shall escape them." This is talking about the nuclear missiles, man. A fire devoureth before them. So behind the missiles, you have the propulsion system, right? That fire coming out the back of the missile, right? And then you have the flame that burneth, right? That, you know, that comes out of the warhead in the front of the missile. You see, and this is all in the Bible, man, showing you that this is inspired by the Almighty. This Bible is spiritual, man. All right. This is the truth. It says the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, meaning there's going to be trees and vegetation just like it is now. You got trees every damn where, you know what I'm saying? But after they explode and detonate, a desolate wilderness. Nothing's going to escape. All right. Verse 4. "The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run." So this is the, the prophet describing what it looks like horses, in battle array. You ever seen those old, period pieces where they have the old wars, where they had the people running towards each other and shit? You had two armies on horsemen running towards each other with spears and swords and shit. Well, that's how this looks. All right. It's going to be like horses in formation, but they're going to be missiles in the sky. All right. "Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, and a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pained, all faces shall gather blackness." They're going to be, in a very, very, very terrified state. All right. When you hear those sirens going off, those nuclear sirens going off in your city, all right, when that emergency broadcast notice come on, telling you that there's going to be missiles detonating on America within the next 15, 20 minutes. Everybody going to be afraid, man. Even us, man. And we're going to be looking for the Lord to beam us up at that point, man. All right? Those that are of the hopeful elect. Everybody else, you have no fucking hope. It says, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march every one on his ways. And they shall not break their ranks. Meaning they're not going to be shot down. Ain't no missile defense system that's going to stop these nukes from detonating, man. Russia and them, they got hypersonic missiles. You can't shoot those down. They're moving too damn fast. All right. It says, neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone on his path. Or they shall walk everyone in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Meaning you're not going to be able to shoot these down. Ultimately, it's the spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Shemi Yahushai, that's going to make sure all these missiles hit their intended target. All right. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. All right, you're going to be having people being obliterated by these missiles when they fall, man. He was saying there were so many of them. He was seeing people being destroyed, man, in his vision, in his dream. That man that we, showed in the beginning of this video. All right. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And the Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Yahushai, shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Yahushai, is great and very terrible. And who can abide it? That's right, man. Those missiles are an army of the Lord, man. That's classified as one of the Lord's armies, the missiles themselves. And it's him that's bringing it, man. You see? So if you ain't got Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai protecting you, if you're not covered under the blood of Yahushai in this time, you're not going to fucking make it, man. If you're on the soils of America, you're not going to survive, man. Now, there will be survivors on other parts of the world, but, come on, man. They're going to be fucked up. And, if they're heathen, they're going head first into slavery right after that. So, hey, man, we just let you know before it happened, man. The Lord is doing exactly what he said he would do. All right. Giving people dreams of these, of these scenarios, man, that will soon take place in real life. So I'm going to close with this right here. All right. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, seek ye the Lord, Yahweh, Bashmi Yahushai, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord Yahweh's anger. All right. This is why we tell you Israelites to repent, man, and seek the Lord while he may be found. Time is short, man. The doors of mercy are closing, man. The Lord is going to wrap this thing up, man. It's going to go out with a bang, to say the least, man. And you do not want to be on the wrong side of the Lord's judgment. All right. So seek the Lord, man, so that you can be protected and possibly taken up into the chariots of salvation in the time of this great destruction that's soon to come. So with that being said, Lord willing, you were edified. All right. I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakha Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Equam Yasharala, and abide Babal Shalom to the elect.